the most difficult thing about doing these roles as reporters?
There is a scene in the film that I have to talk about as soon. I mean, the fact that you asked me, there are a lot of things, but there's a very daunting scene that we enter this. We recreated the whole burning of the train, and we entered that train, which is burnt on all sides, and we both were standing there, and we were wondering how people would have felt. There were kids in that bogie, and it's just रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं. You know, you start feeling emotional about it. I don't know those people, but I know how they must have felt, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the idea that when you watch the film also, there should be a string in your heart that should just go like, that should feel for them, because you will feel for them. आपको जला दिया, हमें थोड़ा सा जलता है, थोड़ा इतनी दर्द होती है. Imagine like you just put a bogie on fire.
Yeah.
वो कैसे, एक तो वो overcrowded थी, you know, so how did they couldn't get out. It's the worst thing that can happen to anyone. So from a very human perspective, I saw this and how you cannot escape your history. You know, मेरा interest politics में actually और politics history में और बड़ा ये film करने के बाद. Because I was like, हाँ ठीक है, क्या करना है. मैं भी ऐसी हाँ नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता. You know, but now I want to know things. Because it does shape you into the person you are, and you want your future generations also to know what happened and why you are there in this free world today. You need to know what happened in the past. And how you've come here. Also, this question of morality that it's very difficult to be a journalist. You know, there may be a feeling कि अरे मैं सच बोलूँगी, अरे मैं सच का सामना करेंगे बैठ के. But there are pressures.
There are severe costs.
Yeah. And ऊपर से pressure आता है. इसका dialogue है film में. You know, that वो media वाले सच के लिए मीडिया वालों को देखते हैं
कि इस देश की जनता सच जानने के लिए मीडिया की ओर देखती है. और मीडिया जनता को सच दिखाने से पहले अपने ऊपर बैठे मालिकों को देखती है. स्पॉन्सर्स भी चाहिए ना सब.
So there are so many perspectives, like Riddhi says this, there's a dance of perspective in our film. You know, where you will see different perspectives and you will say हाँ but ये भी गलत नहीं है, पर ये भी गलत नहीं है, तो फिर सही क्या है? You know, so there are a lot of perspectives and people might start thinking, and I genuinely feel that art is something that makes you think. Once you see the film, you should talk about it. It should make you feel something.
It should stay with you for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah. I think this film will do that. It will start
15 मिनट तो रहे सिनेमा घर से निकलने के बाद. I mean, सोचो पहले लोग फिल्मों से इंस्पायर होकर अपना जीवन बदल लेते थे.
Of course.
You know, घरों में चर्चा होती थी. आज हमारी उम्मीद ये है, in the age of Instagram and you know ADHD, हम चाहते हैं कि 15 मिनट तो एटलीस्ट लोग हमारी फिल्म के बारे में बात करें.
You want this to linger in people's heads.
You want it to, you know, because I am a very firm believer in the fact that history is not a thing of the past. History is a precursor to the future.
Yeah.
Because everything is cyclical.
Yeah. I mean, हम aware हैं कि हम पे बहुत attacks होंगे. Like, you know, whatever that they may say, they will. But I just hope that people can see it and decide for themselves.
We are
बहुत
hopeful.
चलता है
यार, हम तो मतलब ऐसे ही thick skinned हो जाते हैं being an actor after a while, but of course there's a social responsibility on our shoulders as well.
No, I am certainly hopeful that, and also with the fact that you know we've made a very intelligent film.
Yeah.
आज की ऑडियंस को स्पून फीड करने की जरूरत नहीं है विनम्र.
Correct.
गया वो जमाना जब आपको स्पून फीड करना होता था. The audiences today are far more intelligent than they were say 20 years ago.
And they react fast with facts, with insights.
There are certain things themselves. They want a film watching experience to also be cerebral. You know, तो वो चाहते हैं. तो ये जो फिल्म है ये इमोशनली तो आपको स्टर करेगी ही करेगी. हम आपको ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि ये सही है या ये गलत है.
Yeah, there are no sides to this.
You are smart enough to ascertain as to क्या सही है क्या गलत है. आपकी अपनी खुद की मोरालिटी है. वो 800 लोग जो सिनेमा घर में बैठे होंगे, हम उनको ये बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट दे रहे हैं कि वो सही और गलत को खुद पहचान पाए.
Have you guys watched Fauda?
Yeah,
I've seen Fauda.
Netflix,
Yeah.
of course. You know, you can tell when a show is unbiased, when it pisses off both sides equally. I was reading the reviews, and it's such a difficult conflict to cover, and they cover it from the Israeli side. Since I was in Israel recently covering the war, I could see how difficult it is to go in the middle of history and try to unravel it and package it. So I think आप चाहे कितनी भी कोशिश करो, there's going to be some nuance still left aside, despite your best attempts, right?
Of course.
What is something that you wish you had more time to cover in the film, or what is something that is still like, यार हम ये अच्छी तरह कर पाते? Because as actors, you ultimately don't have too much control over like the script.
No, but I think our makers were very it was
बहुत ही
very
accommodating थे,
conversational.
बहुत ही collaborative था पूरा
तो
process.
ऐसा कभी नहीं था कि ये हमने लिखा है तो यही बोलना है. You know, they were always open to discussion. तो it never felt like हम पे कुछ pressure आ रहा है because otherwise we wouldn't have been part of it.
Where do you guys shoot this?
We
shot
shot this
in
in
Ahmedabad.
Gujarat. We shot this in Mumbai.
That's it.
Gujarat and Mumbai, yes.
You shot this about a year ago?
We started in December last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think मैंने कोई news पढ़ी थी that the release was pushed for a while.
Yes.
Supposed to release in April or May.
Because of other
In May.
films. I
Yeah.
think because of films.
Because of other
lineup.
films, and also because there were the elections.
Right.
And then वो सारी चीज़ें थी. And then there were other films. We also wanted to give ourselves a fair chance to sort of
Yeah.
Reach the audience.
not clash with anyone. Just come out there and present our film in the best possible way.